Hello everyone, welcome again to this Wednesday. We're going to be doing a live covering the high-level social planner today. This is something that I really think that if you currently are not using in your business, this is going to be something that you should. I mean, it is a full-fledged, complete tool. I'm going to show you how I use it. I'm going to show you sort of the ins and outs of a social planner and also give you some assistance on how you can help build and start creating some social media content, even if it's just you doing this yourself with a few tools that I have found, that I've used, and that I'm currently using. So that's what we're going to be covering today. But before we get started, one of the things I do want to make sure that you understand is we are at August 6th. Right now, Highlevel is still moving forward with their promotion, the Summer of AI. Now, what this means is that they are giving AI employee away. For those people that already have high-level accounts, they're giving Highlevel's AI employee away for 30 days. Now, at this point, the promotion ends September 1st. So if you haven't already begun using this, which shame on you, you should. It's free. There's no gimmick about it. You just need to make sure that if you don't want it, you just set sort of a calendar reminder to go in and stop or cancel your AI services. But I believe you'll also be getting an email from Highlevel that the AI employee will start charging you in a day or two or something like that as well. But if you haven't begun using it, you still do have a few weeks left that you can begin using it. There's no reason why you shouldn't. The only caveat to using the free AI employee promotion benefit is that you do have to have a paid account. So you're not allowed to use a trial account and then use the free AI employee services. That is something that Highlevel doesn't allow you. You do need to have a paid account in order for you to do so. So right now, that's just some of the things that I wanted to make sure that you were aware of before we kind of move forward on our social, going over the social planner. Because right now, if you're not posting on social media, you absolutely have to be posting. Now, I have been trying to continue, just me personally, I'm not a huge poster. I mean, I started out with one post per day, then, got the system going, then, 2 posts per day. Now I think we're up to around 6 posts per day on different platforms at different times and things like that. But it's not something that you really need to implement all at once, this huge massive plan that I'm going to be going over. Really, you can implement this thing as just scheduling 1 post per day. That's plenty, just to kind of get things, get the ball rolling and things like that. But you absolutely should have a social media presence if you're going to be out there selling Highlevel, selling it even for your own personal brand. It could be your own personal name or it could be your company name. Regardless, you should be able to be posting on social media just to have a presence on the social media platforms. So having said that, posting different media types is also important as well. So right now you can post images, you can post text, all of these things are different. You can post images and text, you can post videos. All of these things are different types of media that different people might click, or it might affect one person more than the other. So anyway, I just want to welcome all of the members here, and just keep in mind that if you're a member, if you do have a question, feel free to hop in and ask. So right now what I want to do is hop on over into Highlevel and show you a few things that we've got going on over here. Now, I've got a bunch of tabs up here at the top. I'll get over those in just a little bit here. But one of the goals that I have of this course is just to kind of give you a high-level overview of the social planner in case you haven't seen it. You may have known about it, but maybe you're not going to use it, or maybe you haven't used it. Maybe I can show you and convince you that just setting it up, spending about 30 minutes of your time to set up, get your accounts connected, get things done, along with the other tools that I'm going to show you here as well as some of the information, the free information, free snapshots and stuff like that I'm going to give you here on this thing as well, to help you at least be able to start building, automating, and responding to not only your social media, but posting, but also people, if you're one of those people that want feedback from people, maybe you're doing like keyword marketing on your social planner. I don't do that myself right now, but there are several times where I have on certain posts. But if you're like, hey, if you're trying to do a free lead magnet giveaway or something like that, you're like, hey, if you're interested in my quick, 2-day plan on how to build a business model that generates so much money, whatever, if that's your free giveaway, then you can say, hey, just, comment below lead generation or leads or something like that, whatever that keyword tool is here. Now, once you do that, now when somebody comments that, Highlevel can actually has a workflow that's triggered off that, and you can actually do that. And I'm not going to go in depth. I'm just going to show you where to get that information here. So hopefully that makes sense, because I don't want to go over all of this. I'm trying to keep this focused on the social planner, some of the tools, resources, and then let you kind of go after it if that's something that you're looking for. So anyway, this is some of the things that, let's kind of hop into social planner here. Again, it's not a brilliant interface, but let me show you where it is. Over on the left-hand side, if you come over here to marketing, and then once you go to marketing, social planners here, like number 1 on the tabs across the top. Now, as you can see, I do have a lot of posts. Things are already scheduled here out. I try to post and schedule things. What do I got here? I'm scheduled to August 24th here, at least at this particular time, with different campaigns. And keep in mind, I've got different campaigns that I'm promoting just myself. I'm just trying to let you know kind of what I'm doing. I am posting things for people who already are digital service providers. So these are people that already have a digital service business. Maybe they do websites, maybe they do digital marketing services, SEOs, and things like that. Well, what happens if they can start extending their services to include things like AI or reputation management? Some of the cool business models that I've already talked about in previous lives, but these are things that people might want to do. And if they do, then of course they would pick up my request. They would go to my bridge page or my VSL or whatever, and then at that particular point, if they look to sign up for Highlevel, they would sign up under me as an affiliate, and then I would provide help for them to help them get their AI business up and going. So that's one kind of media campaign that we're running, and we do that again on different platforms at different times, because as you may or may not be aware, some platforms are better in the morning, some are better later on the day, some are better in the evening. And posting those at different times, some platforms are even better, like Facebook has their times where typically in the morning, and then certain times in the afternoon are better, or at least a higher volume of people that are on Facebook at that particular time. Excuse me. You're gonna have to forgive me. I'm got a little bit of a cough hack here, so I'm trying to stay hydrated. So, but anyway, let's kind of go over some of the social planner features just in and of itself. So let me kind of come back down here. So one of the things I want to show you is just the settings and the back end of this. Okay, so this whole interface is pretty cool, but there are several things involved with this. But if you're just getting started, if you haven't used a social planner, then one of the first things you need to do, like with just with Highlevel in general, is to integrate all of your accounts into the sub account here. Now, again, once you connect Facebook, Social Planner has a different connection to Facebook than the Facebook integration within Highlevel. So I know there's like 2 places you might have to sign in with it, but let's go ahead and click on this little gear icon right here. If you hover over it, it just says settings. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. Now here, as you can take a look, I'm going to try to blow this up a little bit, but you see all these nice little icons. So this is the Ray O'Daniel. This is my Facebook page, not my personal profile, but my actual personal persona page that I have. This is my Instagram page. This is LinkedIn. This right here is a TikTok account that I've got going that is connected, not necessarily for me socially. I have another one that I use for doing other things, but this is more of the business one that I have, attracting other people, again, digital service providers, or even some of the other campaigns I'm running are people that may even want to start their own AI business. How do you do that? People may not even know about Highlevel's tools. So this is some of the things that I have as well. And one of the things that I don't know if you're aware of, but Highlevel really does have a full robust community setting now for all of their communities. And I've done several videos on my YouTube channel regarding how Highlevel is competing directly with school, and how now Highlevel has inside of the community feature, has all of the same major features that school has. And not only that, but they offer Highlevel offers their communities for free Where school, you have to pay $99 a month if you want one in them, and you have to pay it for each group that you have. See, that's the problem with that, is that one group, not so bad. You want to create a free group and a paid group, now that's two $99 charges every month that you're going to have to pay. And of course, I mean, it's just a pain because at least with the high level, you can have two communities for free, even if one of them is you're charging for it. So I think that's pretty cool, but I digress. Here, if you do have your own communities, which I do, this is my affiliate community, so those people that are my affiliates, you have access to this affiliate community, and I'll show you a little bit of that in a minute when I show you some of the free training that I'm going to be providing for you as well. And then I have a SaaS Jumpstart training course. This is a completely free course, and this is the free course in the description of this particular video. But what I'm saying here is that if you wanted to, you can actually schedule posts within your own community. It doesn't necessarily have to be your social planner, but Highlevel's, this tool allows you to connect your existing communities and schedule posts in those groups as well. So this is pretty cool. It not only does your social media, but it can also do your internal grouping as well. So I just want to let you know that you can have these connections as well. If you want to connect to social, here's all the ones that you can connect. Facebook, Instagram, you can connect Google Business Profile. If you want to connect to your business profile, meaning if you want to post messages and information there, which is helpful, and it can help, people can log in and take a look at that. You could do that as well, but LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, and Pinterest. And then of course, here's the add a community button right here, where you can add one of your communities within your community. You can't post to somebody else's community. It only has access to the ones that you have. So again, very robust, has access to all the accounts that you may want to get configured, but here's where you connect them. And for the most part, you're connected at different levels, meaning at different times, depending upon the platform. If we take a look over here, we see that the validity here, so this has 59 days left, 59, this is a year. And then the communities really don't have a timeout, but these are how often you have to come back and refresh the account or reconnect it to your social media. Now, if you do go through, by the way, if you ever change passwords or things like that in your social media accounts, these accounts will get disconnected. And of course, you will get a notification. We haven't gotten there yet, but there are notifications. Whenever these accounts become disconnected, they will send you a notification, Highlevel automatically, send you a notification saying, hey, your Facebook profile has been disconnected, your post may be failing. Please go ahead and click here to reconnect. So that's where they are. Here's your communities tab, so just all the users in here if you want to see the communities that you're connected to, your Pinterest accounts, which I don't have any myself, but notifications, these are all the ones where if your account expires, it'll let you know, hey, your account's expiring in 3 days or 2 days or things like that. And then if you ever do want to use things like, one of the other cool features that the Social Planner has is the ability to do approvals. So not only can you, inside of the Social Planner, go through and post things, schedule them in the future, but now if you're dealing with a particular client, let's just say if you want to include social media management as another service that you're providing for them, you can do that. Charge them another $300 or $400 a month to manage their own social media for them. And you can generate, maybe use some of the tools. I'm going to show you some of the things I'm going to give you here in this video. Do these and incorporate these into your business. You can actually start selling social media marketing management, as another service to your clients. No reason you can't. I mean, all you have to do is come in and connect their Facebook, interests, all the other stuff, and then start selling them additional service. So this is something that you could do as well for not only yourself to promote your own business or your own services on social media, but you can also do this for your clients. And again, you can even hire a VA to take this stuff over eventually and have the VA generate all the content every month, and then having a couple of clients is enough to pay for that VA, and then that one VA may very well be able to service 10, 20, or even more clients per month using the tools I'm going to show you, or even the built-in content creation tools that you have within Highlevel to generate content for their social media postings and things like that. Now, I know I kind of went off on a tangent on that one, so let me pull myself back. So all of this stuff leads into, if you have an approval process that you go through, maybe your VAs are generating content for you and they need to submit this information for your approval. Well, you can do this as well. You can schedule it. You can say, okay, I need this to be approved. And then when you approve it, now you get notification that, hey, somebody submitted a new post for approval. You click on the link, come inside of this. I don't have this set up in the demo for today, by the way, but there is an approval process, I'll just say. and a very good one, very robust. So you could reject this and you can say why. You can reject it, and then the person can go back and fix it, and then resubmit it again for approval. Let's just say, okay, this is good. I'm going to click. I'm going to approve it, and then it gets approved for whatever the scheduled time is. But if you wanted to post, have approvals in there, you very well could as well, and you'll get notified here of any of the posts that get approved, rejected, and things like that. So categories are something that's a little bit weird. They don't really mean a whole bunch to to the functioning of Social Planner. Really, they're just a way, from Highlevel keeps trying to say, just a way of organizing your own posts. But they don't really have any other purpose other than you organizing posts into different categories that you could potentially filter. That's going to be up to you if you want to organize them that way. I don't use them. I was trying to play with them for a little bit, but they didn't really, I don't really need to do this for what I'm doing. So, but they're here if you want to categorize your content. And if you take a look here, I've got like, promotional, inspirational. This could be, AI employee related. It could be reputation management related on the post, things like that. So you can categorize them, and then that just allows you to find these posts later inside of the calendar if you want to. So, and then if you want to, you can watermark things. Now I don't myself, but if you have images, if you have things like that that you don't want people to steal or don't want people to reuse, let's just say if it's a generic content, like a generic image or something like that that you had to pay for, you can watermark it if you wanted to. You can add a watermark here, and all it does is just ask for an image that you upload and things like that. But you can determine where the watermark is. I think there's a different area here, but of course I have to put in a name and fill it out, which I'm not going to. But you can put like a little image. You can make it big. You can make it transparent. So maybe it's not like 100% opacity. You can make it like a 50% opacity. So it makes it a little bit like translucent or whatever you want to call it. But you're able to see through it a little bit more, but it's still there in the image. So people just can't take your post and reuse it for their own. So that's there as well. And then you have some other just global settings here. But that's really it. So this right here is where you connect all your social posts and things like that. Now, let me show you some of the things here. Here we've got the planner. If you want to, we've got content, which we'll go over, and then statistics. So in the planner, right now, here's all of your social media accounts. All of them are in here. Now keep in mind, you can create groups if you want to group, again, social media platforms together. Sorry about that. But keep in mind, let's just say if you want to do Facebook and Instagram together, you can create a group, and then basically once you create a group, then you can just select the group. All it does is just make it easier, so you don't have to check two boxes. You could just select one group, and the group selects both of those platforms together. But keep in mind, whenever you add a platform to a group, you can't add it to another group. It's in that particular group. Hopefully that makes sense. So that's that. If you wanted to, you can also expand this to see just some of the length of, whenever you want to view your postings, stuff like that. You can do that here as well. Let me see here. This right here is a list view, but if you wanted to, you can select here and look at calendar view. So this calendar view just kind of gives you a different day and shows you some of the different posts that are going out here, but that's just a different view that you can have here. Here's where you can actually filter, and if you wanted to, remember I said about categories, you can select a category here if you want to filter by those categories to filter all the posts within a certain period of time and just see the posts related to that particular category. So it does have some nice filtering capabilities if you want to try to find a post. If you have a lot of posts being done every day, then you may very well need to filter some stuff out to find things, or you can just simply search for it here if you want to. Okay, now with all this being said here, again, there's a lot to look at here. If you click on a particular post, this is kind of what you get. I'm kind of in the way here. Let me move myself over. Just trying to check to see if anybody has no questions right now. But right now, here are just a couple of things that we have scheduled. Here's a post, and this is one for, hey, digital marketing agencies, help clients get more 5-star reviews on autopilot. So this right here is a campaign that we're putting out there to just kind of get, if companies already want to, if they're already servicing digital service clients and they want to start adding reputation management, how do they do that? Then there's a call to action that goes to one of my bridge pages, just as an example. But here's the post. This post then again has all the hashtags and then a call to action sort of at the bottom. So, and again, if you want to, you can edit it, and so forth. But right now, on the side of this page, if you want to take a look here, this right here, just your social accounts, if you want to add them quickly. But if you do a new post, notice that there are several things that you can do here. Now, I do want to blow this up a little bit. You can create a new post. You can upload a CSV file, which, to be honest, I've never done this before because the CSV file has to be kind of really intricate and laid out. And I just never really had a need to upload. If you want to upload 30 posts at one time, I've never really had a need to do that, but if you wanted to, there's a certain format of a CSV file that you can upload all of this information together at once, but I've never really done that since I just have VAs do all of the social media for me. They just do it individually. Now, there are social planner templates. If you want to use templates here, there's a whole template library involved with that, and we'll take a look at that. But then we've got Content AI. This is where, again, the ability to create content on the fly, whether it be images or whether it be text, to create the post. So you can just use AI to create all the content for your clients themselves. Now, this does have, by the way, there is a cost for doing this, but if you're already including, if your clients already have the AI employee full suite, the unlimited version of this, then they don't get charged for it. And if you're already selling AI services, then you can just create the content themselves. So that may be worth it for you to provide them, the $97 a month of what it costs to do AI employee to get unlimited content creation and things like that inside of their account, rather than using some of the other tools that may cost you more. It's up to you. And then again, you could pull in RSS feeds if you want to, post reviews. That's another cool thing that I'm not going to have a chance to go over all of these, but being able to post reviews and sit back and have if you get a Google review, to have that review automatically posted on your social media platform. You could do that if you want to. That's a cool feature. And then I'm not even sure what the category queue is. That's a new one for me, but I'm not going to pretend that I know what that is. But here's one of the things I do at least want to show you is the social planner templates. So if you don't want to sit back and create a bunch of content, you can sit back and say, okay, which one of this do I want? Let's just say I want creative. Let's just say I'm just going to pick one to look at this. But this right here are some of the designs that are already pre-built in here. If you want to use any of these for your posts, you can simply use these. But Highlevel has a huge library of these if you want to use any one of these, depending upon, again, it looks like this is for photography. So rather than having to go through and use Canva to create all this stuff, you can just use these pre-built. If you want to use image creation, not to use content creation, but you can use these images in here for your customers as well. So this right here is just a cool tool, but again, we're not going to go over creating the post inside of here. One of the things I do, I moved over a little bit, still inside of Planner here, but so we've got a new post, and if we do a new post, this does pop up. I just at least wanted to show you the interface for this. So if you want to create this, we want to just choose a channel. Once we choose it, we can create a post here. This is where AI is involved here. If you take a look, this is the one that I've been talking about a lot called Ask AI. This is the newest member of the AI employee feature inside of Highlevel. But just keep a look at these two stars right here. This is sort of the Ask AI logo. But this is where you can actually create, if you want to use this to generate with AI, if you want to use this to create it or edit with Ask AI. All of this, again, I'm not going to go over Ask AI, but it is a new member. It's pretty cool. It allows you to more or less have an open interface to Highlevel, and I will show you one example that I created for this particular purpose of how you can create images and how you can create the post either here inside of the social planner or outside just using the Ask AI interface itself. So anyway, this is pretty cool that they've included this, but there's always still the ability to come in here and create the content. If you want to create an image using AI, you could do that right here as well. And so again, basic one, if you create your own content or if you want to create it here, you can just simply copy paste your stuff in here, upload, you can attach images, files, movies, hashtags, any of the things that you want to do here, you can do. So if you want to do a location tag, you can do that as well. And if you want to do the advanced options, this is kind of where I said you can select a category. Again, this has nothing to do, this is strictly just internal. And then if you want to create your own tags, again, this is stuff that's internal for finding stuff, not necessarily for posting out to the public. Now, for Facebook, you could do a feed, you could do reel, or you could do a story. Either one of these are options that you can select, so that's cool. And then once you select it, you get a preview over here on the right-hand side of what it looks like. So you can at least preview it, fix it, correct it before you actually post it. So just real quick, that's it. Now what I do want to show you here is you can save it for later. I'm going to blow this up here. Save it for later, which means you're going to create a draft, and that draft is just there. It's not going to be posted or scheduled. It's just there for you to edit for later. But here's where you can sit back, and if you click on post, you can post it now, which means it goes out immediately. You can schedule the post. So scheduling it means it's going to be out there and it will be posted. Nothing's going to be for approval. Then you can sit back and say send post for approval. So you can send it, get it approved, and then get it scheduled, or then set up schedule recurring posts. So these are just things if you want to, if you post things at a certain time, maybe you have a podcast, again, for like YouTube Live, you can sit back and do a YouTube Live, post maybe the day before. Hey, everybody, since I do mine on Wednesdays, every Tuesday, post something that just says, hey, we're going to be doing a YouTube Live. So, hop on and stay and tune in. So these are things that you can do, and just want to show you how quickly and easy it is. If you want to schedule it, you just get this little scheduler. Now keep in mind, this is one of those things where I will let you know the time frame here is going to be the time frame that is inside of your social planner. So when you post this, this is the posting time as of the time that you have your sub account scheduled. So here's where you come across a problem where if you have an overseas VA in the Philippines or in India or something, Pakistan, or if they're logging in, this is the time frame that they need to set. This time is going to be the time related to whatever sub account is. So if the sub account's Pacific time, then this will show Pacific time. Like right now, this is scheduled for Central. So these are, and this right here is pretty cool because these are the recommended best times to post that at least Highlevel gives you. So it just gives you an option of like, hey, these are the best times to post for this particular platform. So it does give you that. So anyway, a lot going on here. So hopefully you guys have been picking up a few things here that you can do. If you're already using a software that does all this, you should absolutely stop. If you have Highlevel, stop. This has everything that you need in it to do postings of image, videos, text, things like that. But let's move on here. So the social planner, that's really it as far as this interface goes. It's pretty straightforward. You click on something, you can click here and clone something if you want to clone a particular one and repost it later. Maybe you have the same postings and you're reusing the content again. So just because you create this particular image, for an example, just because you create this image doesn't mean that you can't reuse this again in 2 months. Again, how often do people really look at things and they're not going to be like, oh, I saw this 2 months ago. Now, if you're posting it 3 times a week, then people may very well see that. But you could just take one image and reuse it over and over and over again if it still has the same purpose. And again, you don't have to recreate the wheel. You might want to change the social media post, but then keep the graphic if the graphic is valid for what you're trying to do. So just an idea there. Now, just moving on here, I know we're kind of burning some time here, but this right here is the content in a different view. So if you ever upload CSV files, this is kind of where you see a list of all the CSV files that you have. If you do have recurring posts, this is where the recurring posts can be found, so you can edit them. And you might have had that question, like, how do I edit a recurring post? This is where they show up right here. If you have a review post, this right here is where they come up here. If you have reviews that are being posted, this is where these show up. If you are pulling in any kind of RSS feeds for posting, that may be a good content creation as well. If you have a good blog or an RSS feed that you like, pull that RSS feed and post that into your social planner automatically. You can do that as well. So again, your template library, this is where you can add templates to the library if you want to. It's completely up to you, but this is where you would see it. Here's where you see any of your approvals. So this right here are, I've already approved all these, but this right here just shows you all the approvals that you've actually had if you're actually utilizing it. And again, this category queue, again, not sure. Let me click on that and just see what this is. Select a category. Maybe they're doing something else with categories, but I investigated that months and months ago, and it's just like, really? I thought it was going to be a pretty cool way of doing something, but it didn't turn out to be very good. But here, if you take a look at statistics, this just kind of shows you, your posts on different platforms, how many number of posts, how many likes, total followers, reviews, and things like that. But so that's just pretty cool, and you can just look at it for like Instagram, or if you look at TikTok. This is a new TikTok account, so we're just starting on this one here, but that's pretty cool. total number of impressions. So it just gives you an idea, statistic-wise, of how your posts are going. Now, again, I tried to inquire with Highlevel a little bit more about this when it came out a few months ago, when they included these statistics, but they couldn't really give me detailed information of how often it gets updated, when this is updated to, as far as, is this the post up to like yesterday? Is this the statistics as of last week? I don't know. So I tried to find that out, but I couldn't figure it out. So this is basically the planner in a nutshell. It's not very hard. There are tools in here. Connect your social accounts. You have template libraries. You can schedule your posts. You can do approvals. You can do all of that stuff. So let me just take a quick look and see if we have any questions. Nope. Cool. So we're just move on here. So now that you're actually doing this, and if you want to begin using this, how can you start creating content? How can you start maybe selling social media or the social planner services to your clients and charge them another $300, $400, $500 a month? Guys, keep this in mind. To have social media posted, once a day, at least for 30 days, that's typically, if you ever look at this is going to be anywhere from, I think I've seen it on the cheap end for like $199 a month for doing like one post on and they even charge you per channel. I think some of these are like one post on 3 channels, but if you want me to do one post on 5 channels, then it's more. Again, if you do a post here, look at this, guys. If you're doing a new post, do you really care about this? If you have a VA, look at this, select all. That's it. So you check one box, select all. I'm posting this to everything. Now, of course, your clients may not have communities like I have in here. They just could have Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, but you select them all, and that's how easy to select all of the platforms. So you don't need to charge like per platform, but creating one piece of content once a day to post to all platforms for 30 days, and you're charging them $300, $400, $500 a month for that. This is something that may very well be something that you could do, and doesn't take you a lot of time to end up doing it if you use some of the tools and things that I'm going to show you in here. So again, having said that, I just want to plant the seed in your mind that this could be a revenue generating activity, not necessarily for you. Once you build the system for how to do this, then you can hand it off to a VA, and you're paying the VA anywhere, to be honest, $4 or $5 an hour. That can sit back and just crush this stuff out here. So $4 or $5 an hour, you hire them part-time, at least while you have some clients, and one VA can again handle multiple clients, especially if they're full-time. I mean, it shouldn't take you more than a few hours to generate a whole month's worth of content for this, using some of these tools once they get involved with it. So anyway, I do want to show you the Ask AI stuff here. I did mention this before I go into some of the other tools, but this is a tool that you already have built in. Now, inside of the social planner, you already have the Ask AI tool here. If you do a new post, let me just do this. I didn't show this to you, so sorry about that inside of here. But if you want to click here and say generate with AI, now this brings up kind of a tone of like, how do you want the thing to be written? What do you want it to do? Now keep in mind, if you haven't looked at brand voice is something that Highlevel is really pushing. I did create a video on my YouTube channel about it. You might want to take a look at it, but brand voice is now going to be integrated into every text base, whether it be the social planner, it'll be to your blogs, it'll be to your email marketing, anything that you do need to configure brand voice, because what this does, it allows you to standardize the tone and how speaking is done for your client and the way they want it to be addressed to the clients that they want to address. So anyway, but this right here is just a way for you to create content, how many variations, but you can do this inside of the social planner here, but I do want to show you can create content directly outside here as well. Now, this right here is just something I just want to show you. I was just messing around. This is today, earlier. I just say, create an image of a business owner shaking hands with an AI employee like the business owner just hired him and welcoming him to the team. Create the office surrounding background for the image. So I just want to say, hey, this would be an image of, your client, for instance, buying AI employee, like, hey, welcome to the team, AI employee, welcome. But they made this a little bit more human than I wanted it. So I said, let's see if I can scroll down here. Oh, come on. So I said recreate the image, making the AI employee look like an android robot, like a person, just wanted it to be more of a not so human, I guess, related. So here's the, come on. Forgive me, this is freaking out here. Get back into here. So hopefully you can see it here. But then I said, okay, great. I'll use this image. So, you could take this image and just simply save it, and then your VA could save it and post it. But then I said, create me a social media post that I can use along with this image to sell AI employee services to small business owners. Include all necessary hashtags and post. So here's what it created. So this is something that you can just simply copy this, paste it to Social Planner, upload the image that you just created, and then there's one post. And this whole thing right here on this side, I was playing with it, but if you had your prompts down, you could probably create a post every couple minutes. At least, and that includes the image and everything else. So that's just one way that you can create content. I just want to at least show you guys it's available. Now, Ask AI is currently still in beta, just to give you a heads up, so it is a little bit buggy when you're asking it to create an image, because sometimes when I create an image, it says it's unsupported, or I can't do that, or an error happened. So just be patient with it. But you can use the Content AI feature inside of Highlevel to generate content for your person as well, just to kind of give you a heads up. And if you have the unlimited AI employee built into the sub account, then it's $97 per month per sub account. Per month per sub account. Keep that in mind. And when you do that, you can create unlimited content. Now, let me show you one thing here. I do have a free group called SaaS Jumpstart Training. Now with this is, I'm actually inside of the group, and here I'm inside of the Learning tab, which is where all of the free courseworks are. All the stuff I have in here is completely free. I don't charge you for anything, and you can get access to the group. Just sign up in the link in the description here, in the video description. But one of the things I wanted to do is introduce you to this. If you don't, by all means, I'm going to blow this up. This was something that Frank Kern did. Frank Kern is a what I call a master marketer. He's using the Highlevel platform. He spoke the last couple of years at the Highlevel Summit. They did a 2-day back in May 19th and 20th. He did a selling on social media, saying, here's the prompts that I use. Here's how I create my content. Here's how I do things. Here's the workflows that I use to do keyword marketing that I told you earlier. If you want to have a keyword where you just say, hey, drop in, leads or something on this post, and then I'll send you my leads directly, and then how you follow up, how you can push them over to another upsell page if you want to. Again, I did have a video that I did for selling on social media that I did a summary of this after I watched it. So it is 2 days and it is a couple of hours. If you can spend time with it, I would highly recommend going back. It is on, I think, on YouTube. But if you don't want to do that, I've got this course basically that has all of the marketing material that Frank Kern has that I'm giving away. I mean, it's not mine. I'm just making it accessible to you. And let's see. If we take a look here, I just think it has access to his documents here. Here's like day one. Yeah, I actually linked the videos here. So if you want to watch the full day one, day two, you could do that here. You don't have to go find it. Here's all the documents. These documents are where you get access to Frank Kern's snapshot. Inside the snapshot, he has workflows that he creates and so forth. And I do an overview of those workflows in my YouTube video that I just summarize selling on social media. So if you're interested in moving forward, that might be something that you check out as well. I think the video on my YouTube channel summarizing this is maybe 10 to 15 minutes, where I just like to dive a little bit deeper into his workflows to explain what the workflows are doing and how you can customize them. And he even tells you how to customize it. His workflows are pretty easy. If you know Frank or have seen him, he's not complicated at all. He's very simplistic in what he does. But this is a free course that I want to make sure that you're available, because he does go over how he sells on social media, how he communicates, how he does things, and just his overall approach to that. And he's been very, very successful selling on social media. So that's just one tool that I want to be able to give you available. Some of these other things are other tools that I want to make sure that you're available. Some of these I am using, and other ones I have used in the past. But one of them is Opus Clips. So Opus Clips is, and there's several ones out there like this, but Opus Clips was the first one I found, and I do have a pro account for them. But this is where if you're doing long form videos on a YouTube channel, you can drop the video link here inside of this link here. And what it does is it creates shorts for you. YouTube shorts or shorts for, again, TikTok, shorts for Instagram, anything you want to use it. Once it creates these short videos, you can download them along with the posting. It creates the social media posts. It creates all the hashtags, everything for you automatically. So again, if your customer, for example, if they have a YouTube channel and they're already doing a long form video, then you can break it up and take that one video, again, depending on how long it is. You know, typically, I think if I do a somewhere between 35 and 40-minute video, this right here could probably break that into about 20 different shorts, 20 different short videos that you can use to then do 20 video postings with those shorts on YouTube. So you can post a short on YouTube, linking it back to the main long form video to drive more traffic to it. But you can also post it on all the other social media platforms as well using the social planner, because you can also upload those videos and post the videos inside of there, make it a Facebook reel, make it a story, things like that, an Instagram reel. So you can do all of this cool stuff, and this does it for you. There is a charge. I don't think it's very much at all for Opus Clips to do this, and I just think it's pretty cool. So this is one tool that you can use. NVIDIA was one tool that I have not, I think, purchased. NVIDIA does have a free version of this as well, but this is one of the tools where if it can create a custom video for you, if you have a script, like if you go to ChatGPT to say, hey, create me a 30-second script on how to sell AI employee to small business owners that need help answering calls and all this other kinds of stuff, then you give it a good script, and then you drop it into NVIDIA, and then it'll do all of the video creation. It'll find all of the backgrounds, all the images, and everything else that you need, and then create a video for you. So this is a great way to do this if you're really good, or you have prompts already inside of ChatGPT. You could do this, and this is a good tool. There's more and more of these videos coming out. I'm showing you the one that I've been using here lately is this Creatify. Let me move this over here. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it or not. I'm just letting you know, but it's just one of the other tools that I'm looking at and evaluating. I am posting some of these videos, but let me see. These are currently in draft, but it's pretty cool if you ever come back and you want to do another, if you want to create a new project and do I do AI shorts for this one. It has all these different themes that you can create over here, and all you do is just drop a script in. You know, tell it what style do you want it, like vertical 9:16, 16:9 format, or 1:1, because different formats are better for different platforms. I know, I think 1:1 is good for Instagram, 9:16 is good for YouTube Shorts and things like that. So you can do the same script and choose a different format for different platforms, and even choose a different sort of cinematography with each one of these. So it is pretty cool, and you do get so many credits for this per month. I think this might be like $30 a month to generate videos from here. It's just something I'm evaluating, but the videos are pretty cool. I mean, when you come here and you want to start looking at them, if you open this up and it's like, okay.
Want to start your own digital marketing business? Now you can launch with AI at the core. No tech skill.
Anyway, that's just again, content ideas that if you have several of these, again, these are things that you can build into the cost of your social media package. So if you're charging somebody $500 a month, you're like, well, $100 of that is the subscription cost. You know, again, you might share that subscription cost, across all of your clients. It might be more beneficial to you. So, find a tool that works for you, but some of these videos can be very empowering. You just have to give it a good script for it here. So, and again, some of the other ones are HeyGen. This is if you like doing talking head videos and you want your own AI avatar. This one's pretty cool because they do have a lot of built-in avatars that you can use here. But I believe HeyGen has been upgrading and upgrading, so now you can actually have your own image in here. Like, this is pretty freaky. You can put your own image and have an AI avatar of both your face, and then include additional sound. Like, if you want to, you can integrate 11 Labs with this. Now, I didn't include 11 Labs in here, but 11 Labs allows you to do voiceovers, and I can actually record my own voice and then have it do scripts in my own voice. Tie that in here to where you're actually having this, and you can create unlimited number of videos of you in your own voice with whatever script that you want. But again, you have to give it a script, but then you're picking an avatar and a voice, and you can make it look just like you if you wanted to, or somebody else. Now, you probably shouldn't impersonate somebody else, but this is kind of, I think, how they do some of these impersonations of other people, how they can make somebody say certain things. But anyway, that's another tool. I think, what's this last one here? This is one I'm going to be potentially looking at, bigmotion.ai. Again, grab all of your free AI videos, but come on. It's making me do something here. Let me see if I can close this. Okay. But these are just some of the cool ones. So if you, depending on what you want to do, maybe you might want to do a cartoon video. Maybe you might want to do a Lego games kind of video, or maybe a real live one here. So this has got some other cool type of things that you can do as well. But these are just some tools and platforms out there that you can use to help generate content that can catch somebody's eye, drop a quick message, capture their attention for a little bit, and just say, oh, that's a cool video. Let me click on the call to action or click on the link inside of this post. Or maybe you just simply say, hey, let me reply back with whatever your keyword is. Because again, you can just simply have, inside of the video, this video that you're seeing here, hey, if you're interested in this, just comment leads on this, and then I'll send you my free marketing report, or I'll send you the free report. And then Highlevel's automation tools can handle capturing the keyword for the post, responding back to them through DM, not through the post. So it will DM them directly to give them the information, and then sit back. And a part of Frank Kern's process for that, I thought was pretty cool, is like, he's all about giving stuff away. Let me give value. But then it's like, hey, I have something else that I think might be of value to you. Can I email that over to you? It's, you've already inquired about this, but I have a video that I created that shows you how to create or how to do this other thing that you might be interested in. If that interests you, send me your email and I'll email it over to you. So therefore, he starts adding people to his list, converts Facebook posts and Facebook and Instagram DMs into contacts that now you can put to a follow-up sequence to look at potentially upsell. So all of this stuff is good stuff here. If you haven't done this, it's something that you might want to be interested in, because again, one of the things about this is being able to scale this. So if you have the right tools, if you know what tools you're using, how you post stuff, how you create content, and you're only creating, one post per day, or maybe 2 posts per day. Because again, 2 posts per day, now that could be $500-600 a month if you're doing 2 posts per day. If you want me to create videos, you see what I mean? If you want to, these are just text posts or image posts, but now if you want me to create videos for you, well, now that's up a little bit higher. So all of these things can be done. If you can do 1 VA, let's just say 10 clients. I think that's very easy scalable. 1 VA to 10 social media clients, generating content for them 2 times, 2 pieces of content, per day for the month, and get it scheduled and maintain all that. What if you're charging 1 client, let's just call it math easy, $500 per month to do social media marketing, and this person can handle 10 clients. That's $5,000 a month for 1 VA. Now you're not paying that VA nearly that much. You're probably paying them somewhere between $500 to $700 a month to sit back and just crank this content out. And then of course, when you bring on a new client, there is a window, there's going to be a couple of weeks worth of ramp up time to go over, what kind of content, what's your message, and all this other stuff that you're going to be doing, and then to get the content created. So there is going to be a ramp up period. It's not going to be, you sign up and then tomorrow you have 30 days worth of content. No. So that VA is going to have time to warm it up and keep notes on what kind of content to create for that customer, things like that. But just think about that. 1 VA, potentially $4,000 a month in profit from just 1 VA for doing social media, and all you're doing is advertising, or even maybe taking your existing clients that you already have and starting to do social media for them. They already trust you. If they're already having social media done by somebody else, why would they not want to bring it into to one platform here? And that customer, for instance, maybe that customer is already paying for some of these other tools like Social Planner that you can give them for free, right? I mean, if they already have an account, if you're already doing AI services or reputation management services or website hosting or something like that for them, then why not offer social media and the Social Planner for free? If they're already paying for some of these like Hootsuite or Buffer or things like that, They could be paying 50, 100, 150 bucks a month, plus paying for content, plus paying for somebody to post it and manage the account for them. They may already be paying $300, $500 a month. So why deal with all that headache when they could just say, hey, I'm going to be dealing with you, and now all the approval process and everything is all inside of the same platform. So anyway, I hope you found it useful. If you did, give me a like, leave me a comment about this. If you have any questions about anything, leave me a comment. I would certainly get back to you on that one. But guys, that's all I had for you. I don't see any other questions. Hopefully you've learned a little bit, maybe given a thought of how you can expand and start increasing your revenue and grow another silo of services inside of your business, because people, once you have a client, they trust you. Once you do a good job, there's no reason why you're not going to be doing a good job in another area, which is why if you're dealing with, if you have one client, it doesn't matter how you get the client. It could be a website client, but if you're doing well with them, then sell them reputation management services, sell them AI services, sell them social media content. All of these are different, what I call silos, just different buckets of revenue that you can generate from the same customer. So one customer now is putting money into one bucket, which is the website bucket. Now they're paying for the AI bucket and the content creation bucket for Social Planner and the reputation management. And you could package all this stuff up and turn a client paying $100 a month into a customer paying $1,000 a month, if you could show them the value of helping them out and generate more than $1,000 worth of revenue from what they're doing. So anyway, I hope you got some ideas from this. Thanks so much for hanging in there with me, and you guys have a good day. See ya. Bye-bye.